I think that we did have a discussion on what was keeping us from having our ultimate goals met, and there were a lot of things that were talked about. A lot of it had to do with how we coached and how they played and how they prepared. I think that they felt like the players needed to be more accountable to each other than maybe they had been in the past. They felt like the players needed to buy in 100% to what we were trying to get accomplished, and we certainly are always looking to, get better as coaches. But I don't think we ever got complacent. I think that I think the biggest thing that happened to us last year that was different, and maybe why they're saying it's tougher now, is that when we had the rash of injuries that we incurred, the more that happened, the more we began to try to, you came to the point where you had to decide, do I tone down our practice? Do I tackle less? Do we block below the waist less? Do we scrimmage less? Because if we lose one more guy, when we get to the guy after that, he doesn't know what to do. So now you got to decide, do you take the risk of getting someone else hurt, or do you take the risk of maybe not being as tough like they're saying, and maybe not practicing the skills that you need to practice to be great? The question is, do you get them to the game and maybe not practice like you should, or do you practice like you should and take the risk of losing another guy? So I made the decision at times, and more than once, to try to make sure we get these guys to the gate, so to speak, and I think it hurt us. And so I definitely said, I'm not going to do that again, and that might be what they were talking about. Joe throws accurately. He makes good decisions. He can handle the pressure of this job, and he's a leader. And those are the things you got to have to succeed. So I've got a lot of confidence in him. Arkansas on the road is a very difficult game for us, no doubt. Coach Petrino, being the outstanding coach that he is gets your attention. The fact that they're in year two gets my attention. If you look at the history of a lot of coaches in year two, they tend to have a lot of success. I know my year two at Georgia was 13-1. Coach Saban's year two at Alabama was fantastic last year. Undefeated regular season. Coach Meyer at Bowling Green's second year, great success. Utah's second year, great success. At Florida's second year, national championship. So coaches tend to have great second years, and I think it has to do with working out all the bugs, getting everybody to buy in what you're going to do, and really having a lot of energy and momentum. And so I worry about that too. People forgot about the rest of our team. This year, those guys are gone, and everybody thinks, well, Georgia doesn't have a chance without those guys. But football is more than a two-man game, and I think anybody who coaches it and plays it really understands that well. And we're probably, overall, top to bottom, a better football team than we were a year ago going in, by virtue of the fact that we've got some more experience on both sides of the line of scrimmage, and we still have a lot of veteran ball players. And so I still think we've got just as good a chance this year as we had last year. Final question.